After leaving Denmark, we entered Sweden. Driving along its Baltic coast, we passed Stockholm, and our plan really was driving across Lapland that day to reach the polar circle.
2, 1.
So we made it to Northern Norway.
It is currently 2 in the morning.
The past 2 days have been kind of crazy because the sun doesn't set.
Yeah, it's so weird. It's amazing and magical and everything just looks great, but it's so weird.
Yet at the same time, the weather has kind of been here and there. We took the ferry, it was super foggy and raining. It first got worse on the way and then it suddenly got better. And now for the past 2 days, we've had pure sunshine. And it's been amazing. We've gone on a hike and we watched the sun not set and not rise because it just didn't.
We'd finally completed our main goal of the journey, witnessing the midnight sun on the Atlantic coast of Norway above the Arctic Circle.
What do you think of the midnight sun so far?
I love it. I love it. It's great. It's weird. As I said, it's weird because it just doesn't get dark. It's 2 in the morning. It's so crazy. Like I cannot understand it, but I love it.
So of course we used our time and the great weather the next day to head out to Matinden summit.
I just might have lost my drone. Annie! Annie! Such nach der Drohne! Such nach der Drohne! Oh man. Do you have it? You have it? Yes! Prize for the drone finder. Yes. The drone footage may continue.
Actually, the drone footage did not continue for that evening due to the wind just being unbelievably strong. But the view from the top was so gorgeous, I think we did just fine without it.
We made it to the summit of the Matinden mountain and it was absolutely breathtaking. It was really, really, really windy, but the midnight sun was beautiful. The view was gorgeous. We had just like a super wide view. There was a little island in the sea. There were beaches that we could look at and photograph. The view was just amazing. I found a little spot where it went a little bit down so I could sit down in kind of like a wind-safe cove. I just sat there for a while and just looked at the view, was amazed by the fact that it was midnight and the sun was still out. It was amazing.
But besides the midnight sun, the north had something else really cool in store for us. We had booked a whale watching tour, which headed out towards the Atlantic Ocean from the northernmost town on the Vesterålen Islands, which is called Andenes.
This area in particular is very well known for a deep ridge on the ocean floor, just off the coast of the island. Apparently it's the perfect spot to get a sight of sperm whales. You set out on a traditional boat and they give you these huge overalls to keep you warm. You put them on over everything you're already wearing. And you get biscuits and coffee or tea while everybody is on the lookout for the first whale.
You look to the left, you look to the right, you look at the top of the boat where there's a person whose job this actually is. And then suddenly somebody actually shouts, "Whale."
The moment we spotted the whales was really exciting because it was just like a little blubbering on the surface and you were like, is that a whale? Is it not? And then it started to come out and you would see it, and in the end you would see a tail, so that was really cool.
After having been whale watching, we were ready to head south again for the first time in 2 weeks, towards an area known as Lofoten. It is perhaps one of the best known regions in Norway and one of the most beautiful, characterized by its mountainous islands that shoot out of the ocean as if a spear had pierced it.
The weather seemed to be back on our side, and the sky was opening up as we were driving along the coast. Sadly, that impression couldn't have been further from the truth, and our reality for the next couple days would be very different.
If you can hear that, that's the rain and the wind and stuff. Lots.
We were planning on exploring the southern Lofoten Islands for the next couple of days and then head towards the mainland using a ferry that departs from Moskenes and goes to Bodø. What we didn't expect was that the bad weather, which was predicted, would be this bad.
There really wasn't anything else to do except stay in the car and wait for the weather to get better. And honestly, just hearing the wind feeling the car shake all the time was scary enough, knowing that it would be worse the next days.
We're here in the green part, and you already see how bad it is.
Yeah.
And if you go down here, it gets red. Now, it'll be red here tomorrow. Those are your typical Lofoten villages that you always see pictures of. But those are also the ones that are being hit the worst.
Yeah.
Our initial plan had seen us drive further south along the islands and head straight for the area that was being hit the strongest by the bad weather, meaning we might end up being stuck down there due to all the ferries being cancelled.
So yes, there's no ferry today. It's likely due to strong winds that there'll not be a ferry tomorrow. So the earliest ferry would be Friday. Friday it does get a bit better. It really gets better Mondays. But I don't think we can stay until Monday, which sucks because we came here for Lofoten, I know.
Yes.
Which is also why I didn't really think of that. But now we need a week. Our ferry back to Denmark goes on Sunday in a week.
Yeah.
What's the point of us staying here and just
Being miserable.
being in the van if it rains the entire time, if it's windy, and then in the end we didn't really do much, and we also just have a week in the south where we have to mainly drive through.
So we started thinking of alternatives.
Right now we're still like rather up, and we could just like go over the mainland. You know?
You
Vamos.
can't. Like,
Can't?
you even if you want to get on the mainland, you have to take a ferry of some kind. How did we get here?
We get to go to Vesterålen with the ferry.
Yeah.
Fuck.
These are islands. You can't get here without a ferry.
But that northern ferry was an alternative, and we hadn't checked if it was still scheduled to leave, or if it had been cancelled as well.
Okay, so they don't have...
A warning for that one.
No.
There's still
So they
some going.
probably still is going.
Knowing that we could head back the way we came and just drive down the coastline of mainland Norway, we finally had a way out.
I'm really scared of the winds. Like, if this is okay, then I don't know. I don't want to know what bad is.
In the end, we made the difficult decision to leave the Lofoten Islands after having spent 2 days on a campground, basically seeing nothing.
So we took the ferry back to the mainland, thinking it would be better, but ironically heading right into a different kind of bad weather.
Like, holy fuck! I don't like this. I really don't like this.
Every situation since yesterday, we stand on the camping spot. I don't like this.
You didn't like it either.
Yes.
You were scared.
We take the ferry. I don't like this.
It was wobbling! It's fine. Everything's fine.
To Anna's credit, it wasn't.
As we were driving down the mountain, we hit a moose. It was running out of the forest onto the street, and to this day, that's the worst car accident that I've ever been in.
The van was a complete wreck. The entire right side was damaged, with several windows having been broken, the door heavily damaged, the mirror and the front headlights also heavily damaged and cracked, and the front windshield wasn't fully broken, thank God, because we were behind it, but it was also really heavily damaged.
Luckily, we were fine. The car, not so much, but we were okay.
We were in the middle of nowhere. There were some people that came by and asked if they could help us, and they called the police and they called the tow truck, which actually picked us up with the van and took us to the next village and had organized a hotel. But from there on, we didn't really know how to get home.